Andrew has already spoken tonight of Federation as a community development organization and of the importance of the community demographic study in assessing needs and planning for the future. We've learned so much from this study that we did not know before. A few short examples. In my remarks to you 2 years ago, I spoke about the need of our community to widen our tent, to become a more inclusive Jewish community. I focused then on what I assumed was the increase in intermarriage within the community and the need, as I saw it, to genuinely welcome the intermarried and their partners. 2 short years later, having now completed the study, we have real numbers to back that assumption. We now know that the number of people living in Jewish households numbers over 90,000, a number that reflects the enormous increase in intermarriage since 1995. We also learned the disturbing news that 24% of Jewish households cannot make ends meet or are just managing financially, and that 1/4 of these households experience food insecurity. We know that some of these families are isolated seniors living without the support of family or friends. Disturbing numbers, begging for more adequate intervention from the organized Jewish community. These are but 2 of the competing realities and divergent needs that exist. We are an increasingly diverse community, but to grow and thrive, we must be united as well. At the Federation, we think daily about how to unite us and how to engage those who do not feel welcomed or connected. The thousands of Jews in this city who do not belong to synagogues, do not attend day schools, do not feel bound with Israel, do not support Jewish-funded agencies and programs. The Federation strives for unity through creating a shared vision, an optimistic vision of growth, inclusivity, respect, and vibrancy, nourished by a deep and meaningful commitment to Jewish values. Many of you have visited our sister region of Yokneam and Megiddo in Israel. 10 years ago, under the leadership of Heschel Raskus, Barry Rosenberg, and Stephen Cohen, we expanded our partnership relationship with the region and made a tremendous commitment to help Yokneam integrate a large immigrant population from Ethiopia. It was community development at its best, as we funded the integration of social services, educational programs, and employment training. We built a community center in the middle of Yokneam where immigrant children and native Israeli kids could come together to meet each other, to play and dance and learn. We funded army preparation programs for the Ethiopian teenagers, and we partnered in all these efforts with the heads of the local agencies and the municipal authorities. The impetus for all of this was a vision to address the multiple needs of Ethiopian families with children at risk, and that vision drove all of our funding decisions. Vision was critical to our success. Without it, we would have floundered many times. You should be very proud of what your monetary gifts have accomplished in Yokneam, because that program stands out now as one of the most successful models of integration in Israeli society. Federation's vision for St. Louis, to meaningfully engage the next generation, to reach and inspire those who feel little connection, to welcome the intermarried, to include our gay, lesbian, and trans members, to reach and provide care to isolated seniors, while we continue to support our schools and synagogues and agencies. Our vision is a widely and perhaps wildly ambitious one. It is also an exciting one. In just 2 years, this vision has been the impetus for an explosion of creative ideas and engagement, many funded now through our innovation grants and strategic program grants and programs like Wexner. The heart of all this work, this vision of these programs, the heart is the relationships that are formed. Community development is about people, after all, and people thrive in relationships, not in isolation from each other. Our professional team, our rabbis, our educators, and our army of volunteers are people who build and sustain relationships. We are, after all, a communal people. One of the unique features of the Jewish community is its power to console in times of great sadness and loss. As most of you are aware, my husband Jack died of cancer just 3 weeks ago. Our long life together has been committed to helping others grow through our love of our family, the work we do professionally, and through our philanthropic gifts. We have enjoyed the great privilege of being givers. 30 years ago, Rabbi Jeffrey Stiffman welcomed us into the Sher Emeth congregation, and his personal and genuine welcome set the stage for Jack's love of the Jewish community as the years went on. Typical of most intermarried, he did not convert to Judaism, but he treasured the relationships he formed. He was inspired by the best in our tradition. He spoke from the pulpit about this, that Jews take care of their own. And he loved to solicit Jewish doctors for the Federation's annual campaign and hear their surprise when he called to solicit them. A Presbyterian doctor calling Jewish doctors to raise money for the Jewish Federation, they could hardly say no. The Jeffrey Stiffmans of the world were welcoming the intermarried into this community 30 years ago, long before the numbers of the intermarried grew. We didn't think of this as community development then. We just called it love. It's been a new experience for me and our family to be on the receiving end of so much love. Thank you all for your many kindnesses to us during this painful time in our lives.